Hello and welcome. Glad that you could join us for our VSM live stream. Hopefully things are working out. Can everybody hear me okay? Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. All right. All right, sweet. Finally getting the hang of this technology stuff. So glad you all are here. Um, Glad you could join us. It, awesome thing. I did post on Facebook to see if people would follow us, and we ended up gaining some subscribers. So we're up to 70 now. So I'm excited about that. Um, so today is Ask Mike Anything. Now, um, we don't have to do this every week, but I figured if there was any time to answer some questions. And it's funny because usually when we're in youth group and when we're together, people always go, hey, Mike, I have a question. I want to talk to you about something when we're done. And I know usually it's of a personal nature, but sometimes people have just some random questions that they want to ask me, and I want to be here to answer them if possible. Or if there's anything random where you just have something completely random that you want to ask me. I think the last time we did an Ask Mike Anything, one of the questions was whether or not I shipped Kylo Ren and Rey, otherwise affectionately known as Reylo. Um, I believe that's what it was. And, so, I mean, it can be a wide variety. So let's just see where we're going with this. So if anybody has any questions, go for it. In the meantime, praise God, I'm finally feeling better. And I'm excited about that. And I didn't realize how much, if you have a question, just type it in the comments. But, I was, I didn't realize how much it was draining me. And, now that I've started to feel better, gosh, it's cool getting ready to hit the ground running with some stuff that we have going on. My favorite Star Wars movie. Gosh, none of the prequels. None of the prequels. Let's see. Favorite Star Wars movie. I would definitely have to say that my favorite Star Wars movie is probably. I would probably say the original Star Wars, like Episode 4, A New Hope, is probably my favorite. I just like, I don't know, I think that what seals it for me is older Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I'm one of those people that I always love seeing leadership concepts in movies. And I love the whole concept of like this idea of Obi-Wan in theory becoming less to do more and invest in Luke. Like, I just love it. And yeah, I would have to say definitely Episode 4 is my favorite. And nothing that has Jar Binks in it. I'm sorry, Becca. Um, Anything else? True, I like that. That's on boo. That's awesome. I'm trying to get I'm trying to just do what I can here. I love that. No, Jar Jar. Oh no, here we go. Jar Jar is precious. Yes. Precious, I will agree with. Effective, I will say no. And I bet you Jar Jar would have been great. Who's my favorite musical artist? M saw it and he started copying him, so he's now banned from seeing those movies. Wait a minute. So Micaiah started copying Jar Jar. Oh my goodness. And no, Amber, no. Oh, and divisive topic. Nutella is a topic that unites us, and Jar Jar is the topic that divides us. Okay, so let's see. First of all, so who's my favorite musical artist? Okay, that is tough. Gosh, I have a lot of different favorites. I would have to say though, probably for a secular artist, I would have to say the band Styx. I know that that has a negative connotation, but it was stuff I was raised on with my dad. Probably like some Styx. Billy Joel. I'm a huge Billy Joel fan. Like a lot of Billy Joel. I would say on the Christian perspective, um, I like this band. They no longer are together, but my favorite Christian band is this band called Down Here. Their lead singer, Mark Martel, um, he sounds just like Freddie Mercury. In fact, he was one of the voices they used in Bohemian Rhapsody for singing, to have the Freddie Mercury voice. And so that was huge. I like anybody that has an incredibly unique voice. Like, I'm starting to get into some of Kevin Max's music. Might make me an old man. Oh well. And I'm liking some Vineyard Worship stuff. I like that too. My favorite movie. I would say honestly. Let's see. My favorite movie. One movie that really started to grow on me the more I watched it was The Godfather, and I would say the original Godfather is my favorite movie. Yeah, I'd go with that. I'll have to remind myself, by the way, not to ask Micaiah to do the Jar Jar Binks because I don't want to get going down that train. I would have to say probably during this quarantine time I've been watching The Godfather a lot, which I don't know how confidence inspiring that is. It may not be the best of movies. Don't worry, I won't. Jar Jar is precious. Yes. I'm still looking at that. All right. Do we have any other questions? By the way, I know that tomorrow we do have story time. I did a practice run of Fox and Socks today. Forgot how much of a tongue twister that was. Read it to Shane this morning, so I gotta do some calisthenics for that one. Gotta get my mouth in shape for that one. Do we have anything else today? Oh, I'm just gonna make up some stuff while I'm waiting. By the way, last night on Netflix we watched that show, The Big Show, starring Paul White from the WWE. Dayton in the house, Dayton. Did you just now just join us, Dayton? Have you now just hopped on? I'm sure I got to figure out a way for me to. I got to figure out a way to see who I can see if I can see the list of people who are on. So happy to see you, buddy. Can I scream with my eyes? You know, I don't know if I can scream with my eyes. I know that my eyes can convey a lot, and usually I don't know if it's screaming with the eyes. Let's give this a test run. I don't know if that's screaming with the eyes. Usually when I try to do it, it just ends up looking goofy. I kind of have to be in the moment. If I could wake up with my hair dyed a different color forever, what color would that be? See, I probably have a boring answer. Like, if it had to be dyed, maybe like a dark brown. I don't know. If I had to pick a color like a bold color, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I could rock red. Okay, I could do red and black hair. Maybe. Let's see. Um, oh, okay. So Priska's the orange account. I don't know. I would say maybe like a purple. Maybe purple. Maybe a blue. Maybe a gray. Maybe I should just go full gray. Make that happen. Yes. Okay. All right. I like that. All right. Welcome to the Purple Club. You should get jackets if that happened. So anyway, like on Netflix, we were on Netflix. We were watching the Big Show. Silver, yes. Um, we were watching the Big Show, the one on Netflix with the Big Show from WWE. I found it hilarious, and it was funny because like there would be former wrestlers on there, so we started talking more about professional wrestling, and I kind of geeked out a little bit. I thought that would be. I enjoyed that. What is my favorite podcast? Gosh, this is tough. I would say mine back when I had a podcast. I should probably get that up and running again. But I have not done that in a while. My favorite podcast, I would have to say, gosh, Let me look at my pod. There are there's one called the Rewatchables that I really enjoy. You'd want to be a guest if I did that. Well, that that could work, but Daphne has to be the first guest on when I do guests. I've promised her that much. Gosh, there is a podcast from The Ringer that's called The Rewatchables that I enjoy, where they take a look at certain movies, and they take a look at certain movies and they like they'll go over it, break it down, look at different scenes and stuff like that. I enjoy it. Let's see. My favorite song. My favorite song. This is. It's funny because I don't know a lot of my favorites. Becca will usually come in. Popcorn culture. I'll check it out. I do subscribe to a lot of pro wrestling podcasts as well, but it's not. It's like news and behind the scenes stuff and stuff of like wrestlers when I was a kid, sharing like stories on the road and stuff. So I do like some of that. No, it's really predictable. Some couple sports podcasts I really enjoy from the Ringer Sports Network. Let's see. My favorite song. Gosh, I'll have to think about that one. I don't know. I like a lot of songs. Um, wow, I gotta think about that one. I don't think I know a lot of my favorites. This is where I usually go, Becca, what's my favorite song? Because I usually don't think about it. Let's see, who's my favorite author, favorite book? Okay, let's see. Well, my favorite place to go. Well, my favorite place to travel that I've been to is probably. I like going to Wisconsin. I really do. I do enjoy going to Wisconsin to visit family and to go to Shields and shop for Packer stuff. I do enjoy doing that. My favorite author and favorite book. Um, man, I would say right now probably one of my favorite books is that I read recently is it's called Gridiron Genius by this guy named Michael Lombardi. And no, not because his name is Lombardi like the Packers coach, but he shares his experience as a general manager in the NFL. And he talks about leadership essentials and things he learned from coaches and his approach to things. And I don't know, I always find anything behind the scenes fascinating. Like you see one thing, but then when you hear another, I just absolutely love that stuff. Um, or you hear like what really happened. I really enjoy that. So let's see if so Priska and Abigail want to be guests on this podcast. So I'm guessing that if I do get I used to have a podcast called the Encounter Podcast, and I used to do that not that frequently, but if I do that, it looks like I need to get some of my youth on there. Daphne, don't worry, I still know you're gonna be my first guest. If I could watch only movies by one director for the next 10 years, who would it be and why? Oh, I gotta look up his name. It was the guy that did the guy that did Black Panther and Creed. I really like his stuff. Coogler, I think is his last name. I really enjoy his stuff. Um, I am a J.J. Abrams fan. I will admit that. I would watch J.J. Abrams movies. I do enjoy his work. Um, I would give that. I would give that. I would probably do that. Ryan Coogler. Okay, yes. I enjoy the stuff that he does. I loved when he did Creed. I love, I loved his approach when he did it with Black Panther and stuff, and I just really enjoy the way he looks at movies and the way he goes after it. I would say J.J. Abrams too. I really enjoy J.J. Abrams stuff. Um, it would used to be somebody like Spielberg in that, but a lot of the directors, as they've gotten older, they seem to be straying from the product and just kind of going after the cash grab now that Netflix is just giving everybody money. If I could go anywhere in the world, cost doesn't matter. Where would I go? Why? And what would I do? I would want to go to Italy because of the culture. I would definitely go sightseeing and I would eat massive amounts of food, like authentic food. I just would love to go and see like the Coliseum and just see a lot of that stuff like in person. I would do that. If I was stranded on a desert island, what five things would I bring? Hmm. You would bring nothing. Dayton's like, I would survive on my own. All right, let's see. What five things would I bring? Well, do I have my family with me or not? And while I wait for that clarification on that, I do. I would have my family. Okay. Well, then I would bring games so we could play games like board games. Um, I don't know which game specifically. I would bring like a board game that we could play or like a deck of cards or something. Um, Probably a Bible. Sunday school answer. Um, Gosh, I don't know. I'd probably bring like a picture of my family, like my mom and dad and stuff. Uh, I think anything electronic would kind of be pointless because it would eventually wear out. But some kind of camera, and I don't know. I'm like looking around. I'm like, I don't know. My thieves hand sanitizer from Young Living. Um, yeah, that's it. Um, let's see. Biggest pet peeve: people that finish sentences, assumptions like that. People that like when people try to finish my sentences, I lose it. Um, I cannot stand it. After a while, like if people finish my sentences because they're trying to assume what I'm gonna do, I'm just like I'm done talking. Like if you have it all figured out, ugh. Um, what is my most favorite and least favorite board games? Okay, my favorite board game is probably Clue. I love Clue. Big fan of Clue. I would bring. Let's see. Or I'm sorry, I would bring. But my least favorite board game is probably the long version of Monopoly. Like Monopoly or Life, really long, and I'm just after a while, like I don't know if it's my attention span. I just have a hard time checking out. It's not the usual fighting thing because I don't always get mad at that. I don't I don't always get worked up. Sometimes I do, I will admit, but yeah, anything super duper long, and it's not for I mean, it's not for me, but favorite movie or video game character. My favorite video game character is Luigi. And I don't know if I think I talked to you guys about Luigi and how Luigi, he's in the background. He gets his due sometimes. I don't know. I just like Luigi. He's my favorite video game character. Let's see. Who's my biggest role model outside of my family? Hmm. I'd have to say Jesus. Like he's a pretty big deal. No, I had to go with that. I had to go with the Sunday school answer. Let me see and let's see if I had to pick a more earthly answer. But Jesus is kind of a big deal. Um, my biggest role model. I don't know. There's just a couple people that I really look up to, and I just really appreciate. Like, I don't know if I'd call them role models, but some people who I really look up to and consider. There have just been a couple pastors that have been important to me, especially lately. I would say I look up to like our pastor Jack, John Hernandez, a pastor at the Tempe Vineyard. And I'm not saying that as far as just like, oh, because they're a senior pastor, just watching their lives in ministry and watching everything that they've navigated, watching how they do things from a personal and professional level. I really admire that. um, their approach to family values. Um, Somebody that I really admire, I've been admiring a lot lately, that's kind of risen up, I guess, the role model ranks would be our very own Mr. Chuck Schrader. Just talking with him and just watching what God has done in his life and stuff like that. Um, Definitely. Let's see, favorite movie quote to use. Oh gosh, I use so many. So many. I've never seen any Harry Potter movie, so Lord of the Rings. Just by default. Even that awkward ending in the last one. Let's see, favorite movie quote to use. It's definitely probably something from Tombstone. Although lately I've been quoting The Godfather a lot. But I would probably say, don't turn your back on the family. Gosh. Let's see, movie quotes that I use. Oh, this puts me on the spot. I'm not sure. Let's see, movie quotes that I use. Beck, I'm going to need your help on this. I can't remember all the movie quotes I use. I do use turn your back on the family. Don't turn your back on the family. I always, the one about Fredo, you're my brother and I love you. But never take sides against the family. Gosh, another one that I use. I will use Tombstone every now and then. You got to use I'm Your Huckleberry. Anything West Wing. I quote a lot of stuff on the West Wing. Star Wars or Star Trek? Star Wars, hands down. I don't think I've really seen any of the Star Trek movies. And I've watched a couple episodes of Next Generation. I really haven't watched much. Yeah, I pretty much quote anything from the West Wing. It's weird because I can't specifically point it out. It's so sad that it's just become part of my vocabulary. And so I just start throwing stuff in randomly. I know that I do quote the American president at times. I like saying Bob Rumson's problem is that he doesn't get it. Bob Rumson's problem is that he can't sell it. What Enneagram am I? I am a 3 with a 4 wing. The performer. Are we shocked? I thought I was a 2 for a long time, and then one time I read The Giving Tree, started crying, thought this is a really horrible book, and then I started going down that road and trying to figure it out, and I think I am a 3 with a 4 wing. Not shocked at all. So, yeah. The Giver. I have not read The Giver. Mine was more The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein, I think it is. But that a good movie, you know. Always have, always will, Nacho Libre. Yes. It's the best. It's fantastic. I think I quote Jack, cats or dogs, neither. 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 But if I had two dogs. But neither. Jack Black. My favorite actor, Jack Black and Paul Giamatti. I'm a big Paul Giamatti fan. If you don't know who Paul Giamatti is, look him up. Good actor. I'll take a couple more and then we'll call it a day. You don't remember your Enneagram? My dream car is a 67 Candy Apple Red. Well, actually, no. Blue. I would go blue. Mustang. Convertible. I am a Tom Hanks fan. Yes, I do enjoy Tom Hanks. Bees or wasps? Dogs. If the choices were bees or wasps. Dogs. Neither. Oh, goodness. If you could have them as a pet, well, I guess if I had to pick one, I would say bees if they were contained because we need to maintain the bee population. If I could have one superpower, what would it be? I would say super strength. Nah, no, I think the ability to fly. Ability to fly would be cool. Dude, this is pretty cool. I enjoy this. And why? Because I could travel anywhere. I'd save on travel costs. That'd be amazing. People would be like, "Hey, Mike, we need you to come speak at this conference." I'd like fly to the conference, like literally fly to the conference. It'd be so great. And then I would be more in demand because then you wouldn't have to cover my travel cost. You'd have the power of all powers. That's like saying if you had a genie and there were wishes, and my first wish would be for more wishes. Smirk, smirk. Apple. I'm an Apple guy. Um, I do like PCs because they're cheaper, but I would say I have an iPad, iPhone, AirPods, Apple Watch, and I am a youth pastor or just a pastor, period. So I'm told that it's our requirement to have Apple and to be Apple. I would get a MacBook Pro if I had the money. Earbuds, earbuds. I like the noise canceling feature. I like to drown out the world. That's why, like for my headphones, when I record, I have the in-ear headphones. Tasty. Holy cow, this has been exciting. All right. Well, I'm going to cut it short. Well, not cut it short. We've been going for a good, well, it says 40 minutes total, but we've been going for about 30 on the questions. Invite your friends tomorrow. We will be doing a reading. I am going to tackle the literary classic, Fox and Socks. We're going to go after that. And then Friday, it will be the premiere of episode 2 of Cooking with Daphne. Tonight, we do have youth group. Tonight, we have youth group. I will be sending out the link. I will be doing that. We have youth group at 6:30, and tomorrow we are having game night. I will be sending out information today or tonight about game night. We are going to be doing that tomorrow night. We will have game night. So I will send out more information on that. But tonight we will have youth group. Talk to our other youth. Get people on board. Last time, when we originally started out, we had like 11 or 12, and then now it's gone down. Let's get it back up. Let's get it going. I believe that I'm going to stick with the name for Wednesday nights being the Upper Zoom. And so cheers to that. I love Arnold Palmer. And so we're going to do that. So 6:30 tonight, we're going to log on. We're going to have youth group. It's going to be a great time. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow I will see you tonight for youth group. And I will see everybody else tomorrow for story time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you tonight. Oh, we're not going to do breakout rooms. We'll just do, we're going to still do teaching and discussion, but I don't think we'll do breakout rooms